Okay, let's see. Ooh, am I crooked here or what? What's going on? Delay. Okay. Let me get caught up here. Yeah, that Rachel record scratch. That bit she just did just totally threw me off in my remaining planning. So let me just, you guys chat amongst yourselves. I'll be there in just a second. Almost there, you guys. Why do I save this? Oh, okay. Am I set? I think so. Oops, I forgot something. 2 minutes. Okay, I think. Okay, where are my lovely lovelies? Where are you guys? And nope, not there. You're right here. Let me see the chat. Let me see the chat. Hi, I'm back. I'm back, you guys. Hi. 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 Oh, Nancy Rudy's the first one here. Hi, Jarbo. Larry girl. Katrina. Hi, Jim Dave. Connie. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Annie. Hello, Pammy Sue. Hi, Jean. Martha. Lisa. Good evening, Bonnie. Hey, it's so good to see all of you. It's a good evening. Yes, it is. Holly Coleman got a 95 on a math test today. Yeah. Woo. Hi, Marion. Yes, there's a big cleanup on aisle 45 I wasn't expecting, so that's part of the delay. I want to talk about that. Hi, Rick. I'm so glad you need this live tonight. Today, this is all good stuff, you guys. This is so good. Marjorie, yes, the moon is in Aries tomorrow. Right now it's about 23 Pisces. So in about 14 hours it will go into Aries. That's going to be fun. So very good, very good. Okay. So what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to talk about this quarter moon that we had. It happened late Saturday night, and as I was getting into the details and going even deeper this time, I was so teary-eyed with joy because it's totally the end of, I got so many more signs that he's totally done. And there's been so much angst in the news this weekend, but it's like, you know, eyes on the prize, stay steady. I can't wait to show this to you. When we're done with that, we're going to continue with our 11th house with the wishes. Remember, I was taking this new moon, the entire lunation, and we've moved over to this place that has to do with our friends, our hopes, our wishes, humanitarian efforts. This 11th house, by the way, coincidentally, is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by the sun, the planet Uranus. Uranus rules things like uranium. Maybe sometimes there's some skies that might seek to know more about that. We're going to add that to our wishes. I have to speak in code because just the little bit I was on the Twitter machine calling out the open thing, I'm already unable to reply to messages with certain words. So here we go again. You know, I've been buffering so much as of late, which means I must be hovering right over certain things. So that's what we're going to continue with. But however, record scratch, this happened. And isn't it how typical to finally get GSAMLY to move on the transition, that how typical of this administration to be folding over two hot topics. It's like they almost gave in today in order to cover up for this liquidation sale. The United States is not going out of business. But this is the thing that triggered the Twitter. I said, oh, this thing liquidation, is this why Yahoo in the Saudi Arabia with that guy Bonesaw this weekend? And when Mike tweeted that they were leaving the airport in that city doesn't have an airport. I'm so sorry, I have to speak in so much code. But I think he wasn't in Israel. I think he was in a different location. I think they were negotiating these terms about this big liquidation thing over the weekend because apparently Don Julio decided yesterday to do it. Well, all that controversy happened beforehand. So I think, this is why I had my delay, was because I was throwing cards on this negotiation because at this quarter moon, I'm like, who's the star? What's this part of fortune? What's this escape plan? Why are these people showing up? Well, it is this thing that happened, hoping that it would go through. So that was showing up prominently, and Bonesaw guy is the one with the Ace of Pentacles, the partner. So yeah, so that's what's I think is going on there. Just a second. So we'll talk about all those delicious details, but I hope you guys are doing well. Did you guys notice a total complete shift over the week? A lot of shift because the sun left Scorpio and went into Sagittarius. Around then, we also had Venus go into Scorpio. And then all of a sudden, we're in this quarter moon with Sagittarius and Pisces, both ruled by Jupiter. Things got a little bit lighter. And things really, I just feel like there's a lot of detoxing going on. So let me check in with you guys really quick, and then we'll get to this. I'm going to tell you the good, happy stuff that it's written in the stars. Okay? Okay. Bethel, what are you not sure what I'm talking about? I know, I'm sorry. I am in so much code, and I feel like I'm getting censored all over the place. Shane Lynn, I really felt it today when I knew, yep, that was a go. That was that, it felt kind of sweet and gentle and twinkly. That is the healing power of Pisces. Pisces dissolves things. So it was like dissolving this stance that they had. And then very healing. Very healing. Okay. Pompous. Oh, crap. Am seriously buffering? I did. So what am I going to call that? These guys, they are all over these buzzwords. So Todd Douglas said that I was buffering when I said that word about, water having 3 states. One is liquid, gas, solid. So when they decided to liquid and ate food, liquid ate, that caused a buffer. I know, GM Dave, I'm so nosy. I tell all the secrets. I can't help it. If they had just given me my ballot in 2016, they would not have these problems with me, So, okay. Hey, Room. Hey, Clarence Fields. Okay. Just a second. Let's see if I can do something about the buffering. Just hold on. I just can't. Hi, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of glitchy and buffering again. And again, I'm buffering. I'm out of codes, Marjorie. I don't know what else to do. I love you, YouTube. I love you so much. I love you, you guys. Your AI is really, really special and really, really smart. We just love you. We love you, YouTube, too. Okay. Okay, that's my magnetic personality. I don't know, but thank you. Okay, so let's just go back. We're going to talk about this first quarter moon that happened on Saturday because it was pretty special. It was easy. It happened at 11:45 p.m. on Saturday. It happened and the sun was at 0 degrees, 20 minutes Sagittarius, right here at the very bottom of the chart over Washington, D.C. So that means if the sun represents the POTUS, this has to do with the POTUS or the president. But it depends on which one you're talking about because this point here links into the blue, which last week we were like, that's all the PEB, Pres-elect, Biden, PEB. And then the red is the guy who has to leave and is just creating problems everywhere. So last time, these angles were really tight and creating like a solid triangle, but it's starting to open up here. You can see they're kind of opening up. So the grip is loosening. And then the moon, of course, was in Pisces at 0 degrees here in the area of public servants. Now, so I did this chart on my own. So if this has to do with the president, what if I always said the 4th house has to do with home, but the defense of home? What news did we get today about our defense and our agreements? The guy in red decided to blow up defensive home agreements. That's what he did. The guy defending home announced a pretty outstanding cabinet with a lot of assuredness. So it's like we got two people trying to play a game here. On the ascendant, though, I just couldn't believe it when I drew the cards. The thing giving life to this chart and the focus and where we're going, who we're going to talk to, what are we going to do. The astrology cards, remember I use these black moon astrology cards. I got two cards. One, Jupiter returns, benefits. Jupiter is, you know, the planet of miracles, blessings. It could be like a financially beneficial when you get like a windfall. And so when PEB1, this card, Jupiter returns benefits, came up. It was just the real beneficial planet returning to offer the goods. So we've got that on the ascendant in Washington, D.C. And then we have this whiny Black Moon Lilith wound mystery. So even from the start, we have two competing themes here going over Washington, D.C. The first house of identity, we have the sun and the spirit. The sun represents the president. We have two different things happening, but we've got this Knight of Cups, which is usually Don Julio making an offer to someone. We go overseas here. The astrology said Gemini. Don Julio's a Gemini. I'm thinking about something overseas. I'm going to make an offer. Well, the week before, this card was over here in the 8th house of shared resources. Shared resources with the United States of America is our assets. There's a 6W, the 6 Wands mob, wants in on our assets. And Don Julio's like, sure, I'm going to make a deal here. What do you think about this deal over here? 9th house lands far away. And we have the Justice card, and that is part of the payment that Don Julio will forever owe Mr. Bonesaw and Vlad. That not only is it that he has to get rid of sanctions, he has back payments for elections, but also for the damage. How dare you, USA, even think of that? So that is one thing that transferred over from this new moon chart to here, and we're seeing it play out. And there you go. Ace of Pentacles. Who has the money and the power? Your partnership, 7th house, to shared assets. Just crazy. So we have a tale of these two stories here. Now, what I did was I took this another step. So I know I confuse you guys enough as it is with the astrology and I go talking about stuff. I'm going to really try not to do that. But this is so good and juicy. I just can't but help show you the flawless elegance and the beauty of numbers and astrology and what's happening right now. First of all, I'll preface by saying for the past year or so, the numbers I frequently see are 17. I hope that by now you guys realize I get really excited about the 17 because that is what was crowning Washington, D.C. at the Saturn Pluto conjunction. The 17 is so important to the events we had over the summer and how we're proceeding with civil rights, human rights, because they are also part of the 17. The number I was seeing for the past year and a half a lot around Don Julio is 18. I don't know why that is, but we've got this 17 theme happening again. Okay, how are you guys? Okay. So what I did here I'm not going to even explain it. I'm just going to tell you what it is. See if I get... I did another chart on top of this chart. It's called a solar equilibrium chart. Basically, I put the sun on the ascendant and then see how it plays out from there. And then I look at the fortunes. And wow, it is so juicy. It's so amazing. So we'll start here. This chart in Washington, D.C. had Virgo on the ascendant. It's ruled by Mercury. Virgo rules this area. Military, hello, transaction. Public servants, day-to-day routine, health, doctors. But it's very attentive to detail. You have Mercury. Mercury also has to do with thinking, reasoning, negotiations, contracts. So that is the planet that is driving this chart. The top of the chart now is Venus ruled, because this is in Taurus. Venus has to do with money, income, gains in this area for Taurus. But Taurus here is overseas. Who had some gains from overseas? That guy. So that is already setting up for that big transaction. But in terms of transitions, things are done, things are over. Let's go back to Mercury. So in this chart, we notice that Mercury is down here on Saturday. It was at 15 degrees Scorpio. Scorpio this is where Scorpios really go digging. They really get through to things. They see the finer pieces. You cannot hide things in conversations or in details with Scorpio energy. Someone's going to find out. You just can't under these conditions. And because it's in Scorpio, Mercury then is disposited by the planet of Mars, because Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio, and Mars is here at home where Scorpio owns this real estate. So this Mercury is super duper charged. It's got a lot of talking to do. Venus just went into Scorpio, so it's got a lot of undercover money themes and negotiations, and money is where this chart wants to go. Also, votes. Redoing votes. You can't redo a vote in Scorpio because it has turned over every single rock. You cannot negotiate with a court. You can't say do-over. You can't say things that don't exist, because Scorpio's like, we know, we see everything. You can't hide anything. So we've got Mercury, Mars, and Venus here playing. So when we look at the solar equilibrium chart, when I put the sun on the ascendant, what happens to Mercury? Well, Mercury moves its position now because, I'll explain to you, this sun was at 0 degrees Sagittarius, so I put 0 degrees Sagittarius here. The ascendant here is 2 degrees Virgo, but when I move the sun over here, the ascendant now is 0 degrees Sagittarius. And then every house is marked at 0 degrees. Kind of crazy. This is ancient astrology stuff. We're talking about the ancients, the ones who were phenomenal forecasters. They could predict so far in the future. That's the art form I want to get back to. But this is what the ancient astrologers did that has been lost. This art form has been lost. In modern day, so I'm just really excited, you guys, and I'm so excited that you are still listening. So when I put the sun here, that shifts everything around. So what happens then, even though we have Leo here, when I put the sun here, this space is occupied by Scorpio, okay? Because Scorpio comes before Sagittarius, right? You got it? Joe is lost. I know, okay. It's okay to be lost. I'm just trying to explain how I changed this chart, because this is the numbers that I want to show you. When we do that, Mercury that was in the chart at the quarter moon, the new chart is in red. Mercury moves here into Leo. And when you calculate that degree, the new degree for Mercury is 17 degrees Leo in the area of secrets. Leo has to do with the president. Mercury at 17 degrees is exactly where the moon was at the Saturn Pluto conjunction. You guys! This is a dagger. The moon represents the people in a chart. Leo represents the president. It's like we the people, Mercury, and the courts, and the counts, and all the secret clandestine stuff this president has been trying to do. We see what you're doing, but you're done. The 12th house is also about endings and undoing and dissolving. It's like it triggered this mark of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, how world power and governments are restructured this 2020 forevermore. The moon tapped that. Mercury is the driving force of this chart. So here in The Secret, this is why he caved. This is why it all gave way today. Part of the reason why, I'm going to show you what else happened. There's nothing left. This came in again and said, bye-bye, get out. On top of it, because I told you guys, Mercury in Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So Mars determines what Mercury does. Mars, you guys, we've been talking about, it has been in Aries since June, July. It was retrograde forever. It seems, it is, even though it's moving forward now, you can see Mars in the sky right now near that Pisces moon. That Mars has been at 15 degrees Aries for well over a week now. Even though it's going forward now, it is creeping along. And it's creeping in this area of 8th house, shared resources, taxes, life, death, transformation, beginning, endings, spies, taboo, negotiations, espionage. So this Mars in this powerful place says, hey, I see what you're doing. And this Mars at this chart in the new equilibrium chart lines up with Kronos, the king. We have two shared kings, rulers, presidents right now. So the Mars said, there are two kings here. This is shared. But because I dictate the negotiations of Mercury and the sun, the president, I am changing things right now. This moon, which happens to be in the 5th house of the president, this moon, I'm saying there's a change here with how we are going to talk about and contract with and negotiate with the president. I've changed this house forever no more. We have someone new here. That happened Saturday night, even though they kept trying to play it up. Remember, I said Mercury dictates the chart with the activities and Mars says how. So then the other thing that happened today now when they said, okay, you can go on with your transition. What happened? Mercury went to 17 degrees Scorpio, which is in square, 90 degrees. Remember, red lines are tension. They force changes, reactions, they provoke. So it's at 17 degrees Scorpio, exactly square to this new thing that is healing and transforming. And it grabs the stakes, the gravitational pull, and the points in the sky that's tethering where we're going, like a giant flagpole. Thank you, Holly. It grabs at these points to secure this over Washington, D.C. So that Mercury in Scorpio just secured this, gave him the boot. We're waiting on our new guy here, is what we're doing. Interestingly enough, Chiron, the wound that we have to heal together at the foot of the chart of the United States, where we've been fighting this whole time for the past 6 months, is conjunct this eclipse point of 0 Cancer, forcing more healing in this area. You can't get around this, especially as we're coming up to the first day of winter. Hello. This is setting the stage for that as well. Also, when this happened, when they said transition, okay, thumbs up, the moon was 20 degrees Pisces, in exact square to the north node, creating more tension to go forward with our life's destiny, the path, the direction that is dictated over the skies of Washington, D.C. The solar eclipse revolution at the new moon said that this is what's going to happen over the skies of Washington, D.C. And here it is again, cemented. You guys, it's done. It's done. That's what happened Saturday night. Holy crap. I'm going to take this one layer further because I said Mercury rules, but because it's in Scorpio, Mars dictates how these things unfold. In the solar equilibrium chart, because that's what this is in red, if you follow the Mars ends up right here, 5th house of the sun, which is the president. But get this. It's at freaking 17 degrees Capricorn. The Saturn Pluto conjunction, the top of the chart, our destiny, where we're going, 17 degrees Capricorn. You cannot make this stuff up. This is why it's done. It's so permanently done as we are heading now into the rest of this year, ahead of December 21st, ahead of the eclipses, and ahead of all the planets moving in January and February. Is that just incredible? It's just incredible. So just be happy. If you're confused, you can come back and watch it again. This had me floored and just crazy happy. You're right, Donalynne. Damn. Okay. Yes, fierce. Okay. So good. They buffered it happy. I'm telling you guys, they just want us unhappy. I swear to God, they do not want vibes to lift. You can tell in energies, in comments, and the tone with the discussion if people are too happy. They don't want that. Have you noticed the commercials you get or the stuff that's recommended on your TV guide, what you're allowed to watch? It's always it's nothing uplifting. That's how it's been for 4 years. It's just, ugh. Anyway, yeah, they hate happiness because it's kryptonite to them. Okay, yes, Bonnie, I can't help it. I couldn't wait to come and share this all with you guys. So that I had to share with you because I want you guys to be assured we're done. We are totally, completely done. I mean, we definitely got that notion today with being able to transition. There's no going back. So what is Don Julio doing? Working on the next best thing, money, how to line his pockets. So this whole thing going liquid today on Maddow, open skies. I know he has a narcissistic injury and he can't help the fact how painful it is. But tonight I was like, this is really logical to go for the money. To go for the money and liquidate, because he just doesn't care. Oh, God, I can't say that word. So, so this is the next stage, our assets that we're going to be watching. But we've got Venus and Scorpio. All eyes are on this. I'm not so worried about that. So, okay, here's something else I want to share with you guys that we're going to add at the end here. So in this chart, the moon is in Pisces. It's in Pisces right now. It's in late degrees. At the inauguration, the moon is void of course that day. So what we do now to link with our intention, how we want that day to go, will be really important to get us chugging along with the correct footing and the right tempo and speed. I actually like that the moon is void of course in Pisces that day, and it's only for a brief, like maybe only 10-20 minutes, and then it goes directly into Aries. And things, it's like he'll be sworn in, and it's like instantly you will feel the push of we're getting to action, we're getting to stuff done, we have a new start, and all that stuff, and we're going to defend our country. But the pause that I like with Pisces, that moon being void of course, meaning it's not aspecting any other planet for a while. That's kind of when there's a lull in the air. Sometimes we're just naturally inclined to take a nap during those times. When a moon is void of course and you're sitting in a meeting, that's like when your eyes go cross-eyed and you want to fall asleep. And it's like, why are we here? There's absolutely nothing here. We can't, like the meeting feels dead. It can't happen because the moon is void of course. There's no energy. So what this is, it's about a time of reflection then. It's a time of meditation. It's a time of just kind of, reflecting, not going forward. So what I like about this is that it has a pause at the inauguration, that Pisces is healing. It dissolves things. So we're going to want to wish for dissolving our differences. It heals things. So on that day with the inauguration, we have this sweet space that we can kind of carve out in positivity before it takes off with Aries. The nice thing about this Pisces moon, if you guys can feel the nuances of that, is we're really feeling the healing, the inspiration, the idealization, the spirituality of the wholeness, the gentleness, the wonder of this Pisces moon. The flip side is deception and victimization. And that's all we've been engulfed in with Neptune and this 45. Pisces also rules healing, hospitals, and care. So we're going to add that to our focus as well. I do want to say, now I'm going to switch gears here because so many people, even Cash Peters was talking about what's this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in the first day of winter. And I love that he just went into his drawings not expecting much and got a ton from what's going to happen on that day, December 21st. It's a big day. I will tell you guys, what we've been through this year has us more than prepared for this next step. Apparently, it's the age of Aquarius is ushered in, and some people, it might be a jolt trying to walk into this new era, but we're prepared. If you have gotten through this 2020, we are prepared. So that is something else, because the 11th house is Aquarius. We will focus on at the end here. The thing to be careful about, and this is my most important thing to me when I think about Aquarius being the revolutionary, the visionary, you know, wanting freedom, looking at science and technology, our friends' humanitarian ways. It's easy for those things to go awry. 2 examples. 1, in the 2000s-ish, we had a lot of big planets go through Aquarius. And that was kind of when social media and all that technology really started going gangbusters. And we've seen then how the revolution of this new digital age, wireless age, social media age, data age, that when the vision is so big and how we're going to revolutionize and change things, that it's easy to lose sight of the people and disregard the people. Look at our privacy. So this is the push and pull when it comes to science and technology. Mitch McConnell is an Aquarius. Not very humanitarian. He is revolutionary, and he is a visionary for the plutocrats, for the wealthy. I mean, the middle class is visionary for the middle class, and so on. In his role, he has taken it to an extreme. He has Venus, which is love, friendship, comfort, retrograde, turned in. It can't show empathy and partner on Venus. It's retrograde, selfish. So that's when you get policies where you are so taken for the vision that you have for yourself, for him, the plutocrats, that you disregard the people. They don't matter anymore. You stop seeing people as human. And that we're going to we need to keep that in mind as we head towards December 21st. And we've got some time, so no worries. I actually bought a telescope tonight because I want to watch that great Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in the sky. I'm so excited. Let me check in with you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. He might be a Pisces, but I know he's got that Aquarius that Venus retrograde in Aquarius. I think he's got a stellium in Aquarius. Okay. Okay. Here you guys go. Okay. Very good. Feeling good. All right. Let's see. What else is going on here? Okay. So that, I think, is this part for this new moon. Know that the North Node is in the skies above Washington, D.C., which means we're on our way. We have the tarot drew the Queen of Wands, which I feel like is the leadership. The Queen, meaning our country, is female. Wands, leadership and action. We have Uranus, genius crowning this chart. So this moon started off here in the 6th house, public servants. It is now here. It's still in the 7th house. But when it gets, you know what? I am going to draw some tarot cards so we know what to keep in mind the next following days, okay? Because that seemed to really help last time. So I'll get the pretty cards and we'll do those cards, okay? Let's get the pretty cards. Where's the pretty cards? Here's the pretty cards. So I'm not exactly sure when the full moon is, believe it or not, but we'll kind of guesstimate. It's probably Saturday is what I'm guessing. So we're gonna use these cards again. I really like that we did that last time, okay? The Fool, the Emperor. So we are gonna wanna know which cards we need to keep in the back of our minds as we go forward this week. So this was late. So this was basically Sunday, Monday. So around Tuesday noon. No, actually, well, it'll go in Tuesday after midnight into the 8th house, but what is it, 14 hours is what? Around noon. Let's just say Tuesday about noon, it'll go into Aries. So this is Wednesday around noon. Say this is about Thursday. Now, I think the moon is it apogee? I know it's been moving very slowly in this area because it's been farther from Earth. So it might take a while to get here. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to say it's probably like maybe Saturday, Sunday. I don't know where that is, but we're going to draw cards for, well, we did Sunday, Monday, for tomorrow, starting tomorrow. Okay, so starting tomorrow, the moon will go direct sometime, I don't know, around, I don't know when. Anybody know? November 30th. Thank you, Shaylin. What day is that? So today is the 23rd, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Third, that takes us to Monday. I bet that must be like at midnight or something. So, okay. That is a long, usually it's 1 week lunation. This started Sunday before midnight, so on Saturday, and it's going to go all the way to Monday. This is a long lunation. This is a really long lunation. But you know what? I think the moon slows down around here, and that'll be good for us because it's going to reveal more of the garbage of what's owed, debts, lands far away, what he's doing, and all of a sudden, pop, it is going to explode and open up at this full moon on Monday. So it's not like it'll be the weekend and the news won't be the moon. We're gonna get a lot of news Monday. It's gonna be crazy. Okay, Juno, Cash responded to one of my content channel and even referred it to when he talked about shoulders. I'm so jazzed. That's so awesome. He's so funny. I love that. I love that he's part of this community too. Okay, so tarot. Tuesday. This moon will be going into the 8th house. What's the most important thing for tomorrow? Tomorrow. Oh, the Queen of Cups. USA. You know, this is my USA card. It's the vote, USA voter. I just feel shiny optimism, happiness. Oh, but I also feel like the cerveza might be gaining grip. So, Queen Cups, you guys stay hydrated. Be of gentle, loving support. Don't be an emotional, parasite. Watch for people who are like that because you might need to separate yourself and detoxify from them some more. So the Queen of Cups, this is the United States of America, female leadership, the women in our, there's something going on with women I keep feeling. So that's Tuesday. On Wednesday, the eve of Thanksgiving, 5 of Pentacles. Now, there's a lot of people hurting these holidays. The 5 of Pentacles, they're being left out for various reasons. It could be the economy. It could be illness. And there are those who are very much enjoying themselves. There's a lot of energy being placed here. Healing, sensing. I hope I don't know what kind of conflicts there may be, but I'm also feeling that as well. Black ahead of the holidays. So this is what it is. There's already, I don't know, you guys picked that up over the weekend. You can tell that the disinformation is trying to divide the left with progressives. There's a lot of garbage going on out there, so also be wary of that. But something is lurking here. Thursday, happy Thanksgiving. What do we have for Thanksgiving? We have the Knight of Cups, being supporting of one another, falling in love with ourselves. Again, remembering that time, being generous. But I also feel like we're seeing our families in different lights. We're seeing each other in a different, like we're slowing down in all of this and caring for one another. So someone's going to be out there needing some emotional support. Be that person. Give inspiration. If you're needing inspiration, look for inspiration. It's out there for you. Friday, Black Friday shopping. Putting up your tree, if you put up trees. Cleaning up. This moon is unexpected, shocking stuff, maybe some painful stuff. Oh, this is lands. Oh, okay. Something happens. I don't know what it is. This is, wow. This is going to be a jolt, you guys. Friday. I'm speechless. Judgment. Judgments are coming in. Oh, wow. No holds barred. I just feel like this is a flood of information. I cannot even wrap my head around what's coming in from overseas that's going to be feeding all this. So while we're not looking on Thanksgiving, this is Don Julio making offers again. That's happening. More judgments, courts, stuff abroad. Saturday. Fighting, conflict. I hope there are not any, are there any protests arranged? Watch for that. I feel like they want to provoke again. We've got this fighting stuff going on at the malls. At the malls, shopping. Well, I know a lot of places can't. If you're on lockdown, masks. Oh, this is prime. They've got something going. Be aware of it. Sunday. What's going on Sunday? Now, by Sunday, the moon will be in Gemini over Washington, D.C. Mercury is going to be at hand again. Now we're adding Uranus. It's opposite Uranus. Explosive news, negotiations, but aligned to the North Node. The moon, treachery. So this is going to feel like a lot of waxing and waning again, that it is not a perfect straight line for us to get to January. Not by any means. There's still a lot of stuff that we're sorting through and we're sorting out. People might be in disarray. They might be a lot of confusion in the air. Something is going to be revealed. Something. We have the Queen of Wands. What do we have on the bottom here? Oh, this is, did I say that was, wait, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, Monday for the eclipse. What do we have for the eclipse? Oh, what do we have for the eclipse? I feel like it's being hidden. Oh, that's so loud. I feel like it's being hidden. What is it? Four of Cups. The eclipse. So I just got my mind Trumpers. Wow. Time out. Dejected. This is a mess. I'm not sure what's happening, but something messy is happening. So hang in there. It's going to be kind of a crazy full moon. We are basking in this healing energy of Pisces right now. But when it goes into Aries, it's that Mars, that warrior. Remember, Mars rules Scorpio as well. So there could be some deceit or some hidden things. The sun at the full moon, it is in Sagittarius, but we're still in the new moon of Scorpio cycle. But even so, Donald, when we get into Sagittarian things, he gets extra full of himself. He gets that much more bold and brazen. With the moon here in Aries, I think he's just going to try to do some more stuff and be stupid about it. And then he does his most egregious, annoying stuff when this moon goes in the 9th house, because it's like he's talking to Vlad all weekend and having slumber parties on what to do, which is just so atrocious. And then it always explodes and blows up when the moon comes over Washington, D.C., and it looks like we are going to be getting that. So this is what's in store for this week. So savor the goodness we have, but know that he's done. He can't do anything. I mean, he can, but he's done and he knows it. So what do we have? Our Queen Cups. Last time I didn't write these down, and it was a bit of annoying. Look at all these cups. There's a cup. Knight of Cups. Judgment. That is a Pluto. Judgments in the 5th household. Oh, there's one more thing I want to tell you. Judgment. 5 Wands. The moon. Oh, this water and emotion. And then the 4. Look at all this water. All of this water. It's going to be very emotional. I will tell you, the first thing I looked at, and I knew Don Julio was done, when we looked at this 5th house cusp here, do you guys remember when I talked about the asteroid, I don't know how to say it, QUAOAR? I should tell that story. It's an amazing story. So at this quarter moon, the asteroid QUAOAR, this is when I knew he's done. It is the 5th house of the sun. Right on the cusp. What QUAOAR is doing is feeding this 5th house of the sun, which is the president. So I want to read this to you. I'm sorry I have to look it up, but it's a great mythology. Okay, so QUAOAR mythology. I'll read this to you. It's an indigenous creation myth, suggests this planet's astrological meaning. QUAOAR. This is what's happening with the office of the President of the United States. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong. So, the name comes from the creation mythology of the Tongva, Tongva. The Tongva people in what is today known as Southern California / Los Angeles. The Tonga lived there peacefully and for hundreds, if not thousands of years before the Europeans first arrived in the 1600s. As background, QUAOAR, the great force of creation, sings and dances the high ones, the deities, into existence. While QUAOAR has no form or gender, is usually referred to with a male pronoun. He dances and sings first wiht, who becomes Sky Father. They sing and dance JYUTSO, Earth Mother, into existence. The trio sing Tammet, Grandfather, Son to life. As each divine one joins the singing and dancing, the song becomes more complex and the dance more complicated. In turn, more Grandmother Moon, Pamut, the goddess of the sea, Manat, the lord of dreams and visions, Manasar, the bringer of food and harvests, Tuhupar Itar is the sky coyote, who's a major hero, Talmalak, the goddess of the underworld, join in the singing, dancing, and creating. And finally, the great 7 giants who hold up the worlds are created. The high ones, in turn, are aided by eagle, duck, bear, and frog in a grand earth diving story. Frog brings up soil out of the deep, dark sea, and the 4 animals dance it flat and wide. The gods and goddesses then furnish the world Tovangar with hills, mountains, trees, rivers, etc. The first man and first woman are also part of this great creation song and dance cycle. That is the asteroid aligned right on the cusp of the 5th house. The heavens and the cosmos are singing a new creation, and more add on to the creation as this lunation goes. This is part of the pre-paving ahead of December 21st, ahead of the first day of winter in that conjunction, ahead of the eclipses. They already have it started, and we didn't have to do anything. This is the energy of the cosmos that is coming down to us, dissolving our problems and healing them. This is the energy that PEB is coming into with the new administration. It truly is like a great big flush of Don Julio and all. But before Don Julio and all have to go, we're going to see all of the ugly. So you need to be gentle with yourselves, find ways to protect yourself. So when the shock comes of what we find out, like tonight, with open skies, we can handle it, okay? I know, it's such beautiful energy. I know, QUAOAR. I don't know how I say it. Michael Grant, I'd go out in my Wicca robes, but the neighboring dump supporters would probably burn me. I don't know. Give them a beer. Yeah, that is something we have to come to terms with. They're going to need some time to heal because they thought they had this in the bag, I'm sure, today. Okay, so who's ready for homework? Who's ready to get on to part 2? So we are going to transition now to the project that we started at the new moon because we knew that these were going to be such pivotal times and the Scorpio new moon was so potent. We knew that we had to leverage the Scorpio energy to help guide us still in this transition piece ahead of the eclipses, ahead of the first day of winter, ahead of the new planets and the new administration and these big changes coming in January. Plus, it will be the 1-year anniversary and an eclipse trigger of the Saturn Pluto conjunction. I said this last time, January 10th, January 12th, 2021. Please keep your schedules flexible that week. It's going to be a jolt. We are going to have jolts coming up, but that one really, it's like a full year of this Saturn-Pluto conjunction has now, the Earth has done one major rotation around the sun. So that stuff is set. Now, it's like, it's set. Whatever was teetering is going to fall away, or whatever was teetering because new growth was coming up is going to surge. So it's going to be big. Okay. So, again, gosh, that last one we did was pretty heavy duty last time. So when we look at this 11th house, remember last time we were going through the houses, and because Scorpio is a sign that detoxifies and purges, we were writing out the things we wanted to purge and detoxify ourselves from. The second thing was the things that we wanted to transform and heal. And the third thing were the things that where we needed to grow love. So where's this? Where is it, you guys? Where is it? Well, that's the solar equilibrium chart. That's not it. Well, we'll use the solar equilibrium chart because I don't know where my regular chart is. Oh, there it is. Silly me. So we will use that. I'll grab the cards to see what we're supposed to purge. Now, remember, oh, can't forget, because this is the 11th house that's ruled by Uranus, which rules uranium. We have to add that. So, I mean, it's a good thing that Rachel let us know tonight. The moon's in Pisces. We need to address this void of course moon for the inauguration. Dissolving our differences. Don't lose sight of you. Okay, so those, I definitely want to make sure I can't forget those. If I forget them, please add those on your own time, okay? Because I just, this energy and it's just crazy, the messages we're getting. I get so excited. The YT and the YT's not really liking me these days. I just feel like I'm... Okay, what do we have here? What are we going to purge? I love this deck. I can't have my thumbs tucked, though, when I'm doing that. Remember when I couldn't read these cards? I kept confusing the wands for the sword. Ooh, ooh, death. Death. Death Becomes. You know what? I just have I want to watch that Death Becomes Her movie again. That's such a funny movie. Okay. Okay, so, tarot, how are you doing? There are some things we still need to purge. Purge from the U.S., our allies, the world. So this house here is the 11th house, and I see we have an arrow coming from the 7th house of partners, going directly over to our 11th house of friends, which has to do with who we are. What is it that needs to be purged? What do we have to purge? What do we have to purge? Well, let's do a reading on that. What, when it comes to our hopes, our wishes, our friends, our humanitarian efforts in science and technology, uranium, our treaties, what's the most important thing we have to purge? Besides the big orange. I just got an orange in my head. What do we have to purge? What do we have to purge? The Emperor. Anyone who's an emperor, anyone who acts with this type of aggression to rule against the United States of America, the Emperor, and all things like the Emperor need to be purged. This, I know this is a card of stability, but whenever I see it as like someone being on all fours and assault. That you can't move. This. That means if someone is in rule and leadership, it has to be leadership for all, not at the expense of another. What's crowning this purge? What is Spirit telling us? What do we see over the skies of DC? Oh, wait a minute. This is the Four of Pentacles. Here's the Emperor. Sorry. See, I can't read these. I really need good glasses. So the Four of Pentacles, same thing goes. That is my card of being on all fours and an assault. It's stability, but we have to purge that in the name of stability. We are doing it at the expense of another for some to gain. And what's crowning that is the force, the brute force, the intimidation, the boss, the king boss doing this. I'm going to say transnational mafia. The agreements that are made in order for this stuff to develop. I do this for you, you do the... Because in the past, what do? They'll just garner up and take stuff. They'll just take it without looking, without apology, and they take action. We don't even realize what's going on. And so to purge that, brand new start. Brand new start. Everything. We need a fresh start. We need such a... Now, what is the challenge to us wanting to purge this stuff? The Queen of Wands. Trying so much that we want to get going. We just want to get going. We just want things to go back to normal. And different factions wanting to split this up. It's going to feel really unstable. The other thing that's covering this purge, the swiftness with which it happens. So we're going to purge. We have to do it with appropriate timing. With deep discussion, a lot of talks, a lot of thorough detail that are just. We can't go back to imbalance. People are going to want to go back to imbalance. We can't. No, this is for all. This is a magician. Magically making things happy again. We really have to be careful about that. We have to have a bona fide plan, show some success, steps of success before we go all out and racing off with the betterment of our emotions. So there's like an emotional component, there's a thoughtful component, there's a habitual component. We're going into a new world. We cannot go back to the old. So what are we purging here? So use whatever words you want. For simplicity's sake, I use the words I want. So I want to purge corruption. I want to purge quid pro quos for seats and favor. I want to purge the influence of brute from USA politics. I want USA, because that was a trigger word, to keep her balance and steady focus despite influence. I want to purge chaos and what is the word I'm looking for? You know, like we get chaos, but it's because people are screaming about this is unjust, this is unfair, you know, forcing people to do stuff under pressure of intense emotional provocation. So I want to purge chaos and emotional, desperate, please, to manipulate a hidden agenda full of sabotage. Oh, this is it. I want to purge self-sabotage in political leadership and policy. You know what I'm talking about. There we go. So to sum up, I'll start here with the green. I want to purge corruption from our politics. I want to purge quid pro quos for seats, favor. I want to purge the influence of brute assault and intimidation from our politics. We're not Russia. I want USA to keep her balance, her steadfast balance and steady focus, despite influence, despite fear, despite fear-mongering. I want to purge self-sabotage in political leadership and policy. I want to purge chaos and emotional desperate pleas to manipulate a hidden agenda full of sabotage. We want national security. Okay. I'm so happy that Biden Harris, they're both Scorpios. I know I talk more about Harris with Gemini energy. It's just because she's a rising Gemini. And the North Node, life purpose, the eclipse is conjunct her ascendant. I mean, like, when you read your charts, you need to read for your sun sign and your ascendant. And I feel like her ascendant is as powerful as her sun sign. So that's what always stands out for me. So that's the purge. How are you guys doing? Yes, James Lee, oppression of the people. She is, oh, is she Libra 28? It's Libra 28. You are correct. Libra 28 is right on the cusp there. I'm thinking about our divine feminine chart that had 28 Scorpio on the ascendant. I'm sorry. I have too many charts flowing through my head. Okay. Okay, so that was a purge. So, oh, I don't want these. What are we transforming? What are we transforming? I'm feeling the need for the Crow Tarot. Oh, no, I'm not. Let's do some steampunk. Steampunk Tarot. King of Wands, our new leader. Okay, Tarot. What are we transforming? You cannot lose sight of humanity, you guys. 11th house, hopes, wishes, friends, dreams, humanity, science, environment. I'm going to turn this over. What is it that has to be transformed? You know what? Show me 3 things that's what we'll do. We'll just go 3 across. What needs to be transformed? What needs to be most Oh, this feels weird, you guys. These cards feel so tight, I cannot even find out what's at the base of this. Oh, boy. You see that? Oh, I think there is some resistance to what's going on here. We're going to come back to that one. Transform the way we fight, the way we disagree. First most important thing, we have our judgment and bias against each other, against different groups, one another, all of that. Because all of that bias is what is the foundation of our divisions. At the basis of this, it's like, oh, we've got good news. We've got good news. We've got the youth, our kids, our future. It's crowning this. And we get caught. So we get caught in these struggles, cancel culture, blah, blah, blah. This must transform how we talk to one another, how we compete with one another, because we're just all, this is also a Piscean Neptune. That garbage, this needs to be all dissolved and healed. Okay? Money and power. Who holds it? Which hand holds the money and power? It can't be a hand. It has to belong to all of us. There cannot be one person who is in charge and in control. We need our stability here, and we are more stable when we take the one out. This is like a collective power. We have to transform that. Because this is what makes us richer and more complete. This is where all of our assets are and our resources are, with one another and our families. Families, too many, are out of touch. They do not have access to power. And what's crowning all of this are these people carrying the burdens for the whole. We have to relieve their burdens. This is the middle class, working class. It is also, you know, the plutocrats taking everything away. That must change. Now, what is going on with this third thing? The King of Cups. Which King of Cups is this? This one, oh, that's taking us over. Okay. Okay. This thing that needs transforming. Who do we get our gifts from? What is the influence here that we think is really supporting us? We have to look at influence. You know, it could be Russia. It can also be a pack. It can be a person with money. Why? We need to look at motivations, because we need to know the background. Our national security depends on what we know. We just go into stuff blindly and quickly, and we don't know And then we don't know what we're fighting against. We're blinded, and then stuff gets taken out right from underneath us. Who's your daddy? That has to be transformed by the Emperor. No more emperors. Are we going to be a government of men or laws? That's what it needs to be. We've got to be very, very careful. We need really great guidance on that. So sticking to guidance, controls, protocol, science. And there we go. 3 of Cups. That's how we win and do it for our kids. Okay, so these are the things we're transforming. So, yeah, I know. How do we do that? Well, through the lunations and a prayer and a miracle. This is what is being offered to us. When I told you what is happening beyond the Scorpio new moon are infinite possibilities. We don't know. We're just trying to lay down the framework, if you will. We're just, you know, it's out there. The ethers are listening to us. This is why we're doing this collectively. When I write, you write the words that work for you. But the power of our focus to create this new platform, our cause and devotion, if we go back to Abraham's Gettysburg Address, that still applies. We linked our past to Gettysburg, to the present, and to the future. We already did that. We are building there from what we know. That's what these exercises are for. Which reminds me, Karen's Tarot Vision had a really great video today. She only does these things twice a week. They're quick videos. But about getting out of your head, back into creating from a heart, and what you need. And her focus is going into the December 21 thing. So I encourage you to check her out because it totally aligns with what I'm being compelled to share with all of you. So it's not our job to figure out how it happened. It's our job to responsibly create, right? So we have to... I want USA to change, transform how we negotiate and dialogue with one another. That we prejudice once and for all. And we make judgments that are whole for the greater good. Our future and kids. I want USA to change and transform how we negotiate and dialogue with one another, that we surrender our bias and prejudices once and for all, and we make judgments that are whole for the greater good and for our future and their kids. Okay. This other one has to do with how we access to money and power. We need to change that. We need to change how we prioritize power too. I have no idea how to write this. So I want to transform the financial burdens and the inaccessibility to power by we the people, working classes. That money, power is designed for all, for the better, in pursuit of life, liberty, happiness. So that's what this one is about. So I want to transform the financial burdens and the inaccessibility to power for the better in pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. The thinking that we are really a nation of laws. The laws apply to all fairly and justly. We've gotten away from that. So I want to transform fairly and justly. This is what I want to transform. This drives me crazy. I want to transform and completely heal the notion that government is the problem. It is not. The problem is according to oaths taken to our Constitution. So our Constitution needs to be numero uno. There's other things, yes, why there's problems with government. I hope going forward, I never want to hear that small government is better, or because what small government does is breed consolidation of power. This administration is such a perfect example of it. Consolidation of power, bring government to a halt, so corruption and crime can breed and go unchecked. That all feeds in there, but we need to transform the way we think and use our government for the whole, for our greater good, for science and for technology. So I want to transform, completely heal the notion that government is the problem. The problem is government not being run according to the oath that's being taken in allegiance to our Constitution. It's wordy, I know, but you know what I mean. Whatever works for you guys, okay? Oh, goodness. Tisha says, I live 15 miles from nearest town, and today we went to the store, and half the town still is not wearing masks. So I turned around and came home. Unreal. Our local hospital is 100% full, and Casey is not taking real patients. I think people, like, because they don't hear or see, people aren't talking about hospitals being full. They're not talking about hospital being full because everybody's working. There's no time to get the word out. And then, of course, it depends on what outlets are. Okay, I'm not going to go down that road. But I agree with you. You know, my area, people wear masks. And I am in Trump country traditionally. I think they've really gone blue the last couple election cycles. Everybody wears masks here. But I go to the local grocery store. You know, it's peak time after work, you know, the 5 o'clock hour. That parking lot is packed. I won't go. I don't even want to drive in the parking lot because it just looks like there's like COVID spectacles floating around. I don't go. I'll go early in the morning, but it's just wow. It's just wow. Okay, and then love. We have to get to love. Where are we growing our love? Steampunk Tarot. Say bye-bye. For entertainment purposes only. Yes. We love you, YouTube. Are you so entertained? You love entertainment, right? Okay. What am I doing? Oh, Crystal Tarot, working at a grocery store. That's got to be tough. I hope you're well ventilated, honey. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to be able to add amendments? I think we will. Ooh, look, I haven't opened this tarot deck. Temperance. Okay. Have you seen it? I have not seen the airport. How are the airports? I couldn't believe there's a round trip ticket to Honolulu for under $400. I might. I want to go back home so bad. Not under these conditions. We had to cancel our family reunion this past July. And I don't think we're going to be able to do it next. We'll be able to do it in 2 years. But we got too many aunties and tutus. There's just uncles. There's no way. There's no way. Yes, Temperance is a beautiful, good card. It's a lovely card. Okay, so what are we doing about love? Fourth house roots. We have the moon here. Our partnership points to the 11th house of friends, which points to our roots. These are, let's see, no, this is water, air, air. Air, traditionally, so it's thought and ideas. Blending that and bringing it into form, into spiritual water. I know Sag is down there, but Cancer rules this. Oh, that's why all the cups we had over here for this week, cups are water. Water is healing. Water is cleansing. Water, it's in, moon is in Pisces right now. Oh, one more thing. So when I did this Terrascope, look here. This 8 of Swords, I drew here the 8 of Swords. When the transition thing came up, the moon was right here. I saw this, you know, this is the 8 of Swords, like you are blindfolded with all those swords down. Reversed, it was like, put down your sword, is how I saw it. There was a partnership here, creating a nightmare, blinding everyone. And then all of a sudden it was time to put down your sword and transition. I thought that was kind of cool. So love. We're growing our love. Okay, I'm being told I've just got to go 3 across again. Right? Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot of stuff to love. Okay. The 5 of Pentacles. Love. Love those, them, anyway. Those that have been refugees, I'm getting refugees. You have to love your refugees. The displacement, where they're being shunned, to love them anyway. We're a nation of immigrants. We've got environmental stuff that's happening. People are going to be displaced. And there are those that want to manipulate that. And oh God. ACB just came into my head with fangs. Oh my gosh, go away. Go away. I'm lighting the stage right now. Holy cow. I don't know who, I think it was Linda G that posted in the Twitter feed about how her husband is staying on in his practice in Indiana. He's only been there for 2 years. Everybody else's spouses, she's so nasty, you guys. Holy crap. Everybody else, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Justice Roberts, Sandra Day O'Connor, I think Scalia, their spouses, they all quit. They all, see, my sage doesn't even want to light. You have to light. Don't be scared. Light, go. They all quit because self-disclosure, conflict of interest. Hide you. They all quit. Some of them were partners. This Yahoo, this guy stayed on only 2 years. He represents white-collar criminals. I did a reading on this, but it was because I could never read on her because she's, oh my gosh. She's a freaking devil. Man, I'd just love to get her and all the likes of hers out. That's what I'd love to do. Okay, get out. Go away. Shoo. Shoo. Or I'm going to expose you to all the authorities with my tarot. And my Twitter. They're running away. You know I will. Gosh, that was just so nasty. Okay. Ugh. Hold on to my shungite. Put it in my pockets. Okay, so people are going to be displaced by catastrophe, natural disasters. We need to be prepared to take them in no matter what, that this is the love of service and humanitarian efforts. This has gone by the wayside. This is a desperate need. And these are also our borders. So I have two major things at the root. What's crowning them? These are the challenges. These are the helpers, because this is where we're going ultimately. We want to get to the Two of Wands, solid policy, solid steps we're taking that are successful in the ways that we handle these issues. Oh, look, there's a little angel there to influence us to the right ways. So love, 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 love. We have the Nine of Swords, this nightmare of an administration and all the crap that they've done. Oh God, we're going to be finding out about this, the slaughter, okay? It's going to be awful. We're going to have to love one another and love for a solution, and love proportional justice. Some people get afraid about consequences. That's all the same thing, because we have to be able to look at it, love ourselves anyway, and move forward. The basis of this is just, oh God, Four of Cups, what happened to people? Were they manipulated? Here, drink this, follow this, go this way. Bad advice that was given. The Eight of Pentacles. For money, for policy, not expertise. This was manipulation. The challenge with the love is the Page of Wands, the news that we're going to be getting. Here's our helpers to get here. The Page of Cups, the children. Love those children. Love them. Search for them. Search for the good stories. Love of protection for them and their rights. Second thing. The Sun. Revelation. Glory. Expression. Our leaders. The most awesome, powerful revelation. We take care of this. This is like manifest destiny. Becoming a more perfect union. We would love to become a more perfect union. The basis of this, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the value in all of us, the value in care, the smart decisions that we make, that we're down to earth. We use our resources wisely for all. We have all that we need. We have to be smarter about it. The challenge, the intellect. Words hurt, policies hurt, laws hurt. Getting to this point, getting the ego out in how we nurture one another. We are going to need some leadership. We are going to need some nurturance. We are going to have to leave no stone unturned. We are going to have to nurture this drive for a more perfect union, even despite our flaws and our thoughts. Our resources are manifest for all. And the helper is charity. Getting back to authentic charity and the balance of all good things. Look at all that potential. Look at all of that infinite potential. And it just starts with one step, one success. What is that phrase? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. The Tao. We have to go through this. We are going to hate it. It's going to feel like anything but love. We have to love ourselves anyway. We have to forgive ourselves anyway. That this happened on our watch. and move towards the glory of becoming a more perfect union authentically. So, how do we write that out, you guys? How do we write that out? Freaking you out. Okay. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello, hello. So I want, I want to see divine light and purpose in all things when the going gets rough. And all the ugliness is unearthed. I want to find redemption anyway and totally secure. Oh God, you guys, yeah, you guys, there is a lot of ugly stuff that is coming, but this is non-negotiable. You invite the devil in the highest office, this is what we get. So in this ugliness, we want to be able to see the divine light. We want to be able to see these people as humans. See the divine light and humanity. And inspired purpose. And inspired purpose in all things when the going gets rough and all the ugliness is unearthed. I want to find redemption anyway and a total sense of security. Because I'm telling you, when this stuff comes out, can you imagine the social media, the outcry, and then the spin, and then the Democrats are going to get blamed somehow, regardless, eyes on the prize, stay the course. We want to see the humanity in all those things. Oh my gosh, I would love to see, this is what it is. I can't wait. I can't wait. I am so loving this idea, this notion that they wake up. They see the truth and reality for what it really is. Really is. And with open eyes and hearts. This is it, see and fall in love with each other. Again, okay, so that's what it was. That's how we link. That's how this was the love statement. Because we're so divided, we cannot continue this road of division and bias. We have to surrender to that at some point. We've given up so much. The past 4 or 5 years have been really hard. So I am so loving this idea, this notion that when the The deniers, one by one, they wake up. They see with fresh eyes, painful heart, the truth and reality of all what has happened. They see it for what it really is, and our eyes wide open, our hearts wide open, we see one another. We remember each other. We fall back in love with one another like time never stopped. Oh gosh. I even feel the hemispheres of my brain merging and falling in love. I can feel that sensation, just both the hemispheres, the halves of my body, my left side, my right side, just stitching itself up from one side to the other. That is the stress of this division. It's been programmed in our cells, in our organs, that we're opposed. We don't know. No. I love having a body seamlessly communicating with itself as one on all levels: mental, spirit, physical. Can you guys just feel how just even within ourselves, this information war has split like the polar charges of ourselves from one to the positive, the negative charge from one side to another. It has split us from our spirit to our physical to our moon that dissolves, this Pisces moon that gives us pause. That Pisces heals, makes whole from the inside out. This is the love we're seeking. Sure, it comes from outside, but it has to come from within first. You can't give away what you don't have. So I love having a body seamlessly communicating with itself. Oh my God, my brain feels so good right now. As one, as a whole. On all levels, mental, spirit, physical. I love the healing nature of Pisces. I love being made whole. I love from the inside out and the outside in to where you cannot even tell. That's the gift that we want to take with us, with our hopes, wishes, dreams. That's it. Whew. How are you guys? That was pretty powerful. That was pretty powerful. Yes, Todd. Yes, you said it now. Loving a unified body. Can you guys feel that? How this has just had a split at the atomic level? Like I want to put magnets all over my body. Where's my magnets? I know I've got magnets. Have you guys ever done magnet therapy? I don't know much about it, but I know I've played with magnets before and they feel pretty cool. I think I want some magnets. Maybe in my shoes. Yes. Ah. Juno makes me feel dizzy. Yeah, it's kind of dizzying. Let go. It knows the way. Okay. Am I buffering? Okay. We love you, YouTube. Buffering. Yeah, drink some water. Stay hydrated. Pisces is a water sign. Remember, I said we have all these cups. This is going to be an emotional week. Ups and downs. Scorpio uses a lot of resources, minerals and vitamins. So please this week, continue good water, good nutrients. Sagittarius sun makes us think we can like maybe overdo it and be okay. Gives us that optimism, aim high. We're still in a healing mode. We're not out of this. We're just pre-paving, okay? Okay, good. Okay, so. Yes. One at a time, they're going to wake up and we're going to be here for them. And we're going to love them anyway. We're going to love ourselves anyway. And we're going to ask the universe just to wave its magic wand and make us whole. Because we're not even going to be able to verbalize. That is something really beautiful. When this whole era is over, the novel that's being written, you guys, oh my gosh, I got teary yet, on how we came together in our cause and devotion. That's the trilogy. We are starting the third novel of the greatest trilogy ever in U.S. history, okay? So on that note, my goodness, we went over 2 hours. You guys have a good evening. I am also getting ready for Thanksgiving. I'll try to come on, maybe Wednesday night. We can wrap up because we still have to do the 12th house. So we'll see you there. You take care, take easy, be good to yourselves. Nothing has to be perfect. Nothing is left undone. Just do the best you can this week. And first and foremost, be good to you, okay? Have a good evening. Thank you so much. I love our co-creating here. It's so powerful. I appreciate you guys showing up over and over again. Thank you, moderators, so much. And all your great ideas. I just love them so much. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good evening. Okay, good night.